Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today, and everybody out there, I want to say what's up. I know it's been a minute before you've seen any demos, first impressions from me, but I'm here, and today we're going to get started with a brand. It's a brand that is to be the first time of me trying from them, and the brand is called Black Radiance Beauty. I purchased Black Radiance Beauty at a local Walgreens store. And Black Radiance Beauty is a company that has been around for approximately over 20 years, and pretty much the brand focuses on providing beauty to African American, like women, men, within the African American community, the black community. So this is a black beauty brand, and it basically focuses on women of color, the empowerment, self-acceptance, and basically making sure they bring good quality products to individuals with deeper skin tone. And I know they are aimed to make sure that they cover bases for all different skin tones, but not just skin tones, but actually skin types. And that is very important because a lot of us have different skin types, not just skin tones, but the type of skin that we have, even our undertones. So I have 3 products that I'll be focusing on today from this brand. And it's a lip product, it's a face product, and also it's a eyeshadow product. So definitely check out Black Radiance Beauty if you never heard of the company. Very affordable products on the market. So I am going to start off with my face. I picked up this pressed powder because a lot of time I don't like to wear foundation, so I may want to just have a simple coverage but not too much. So I was looking through the Black Radiance line in the store, and I noticed that they have a pressed powder, and it is oil free formula, and it's a matte finish. I have more of a dry type skin, so it's kind of like dry combination but not oily combination, just dry. So I pretty much have normal to dry skin. I just have some dry patches in my areas of my face. So I want to try this pressed powder. It's in the color 8603 Golden Almond, and this is what it looks like. And the pressed powder retails for $4.99. So I'm going to apply this powder on my face. I've already cleaned my face, I primed my face. I pretty much used the Maybelline hydrating primer that's new to their line, to the Maybelline primer line. And inside of the case you have a nice little mirror at the top. So if you all can see that, there's a mirror, which is very interesting. I don't think most compacts have mirrors, so if they're rounded compacts or square compacts, usually they do have a mirror, but this is interesting how they have the mirror here. And then it comes with a tiny little brush, and then you have the powder. So I am going to use, these are brushes that I have discussed in a haul video from the Real Techniques Bold Metals collection. So I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques brush. This is pretty much like a face brush. It's in the number 100. So I'm going to press this around my face and praying that this is the right shade for me, because I do have golden undertones. So I'm just going to press this over under my skin. Over my skin. I'm not sure if I said under, but over my skin. because I just like to look very natural and have my skin where it looks just covered, so kind of like a flawless look. I like flawless, dewy looks, and but very natural. The finish to look very natural on my face. This brush feels very soft. So I'm just making sure I'm covering all the areas in my face. And then you always want to get down your neck with the color so everything looks even. So you're gonna see it's not gonna cover any like moles or freckles or anything that's deeply pigmented on my skin, like on my forehead. So you're gonna see it, but that's okay. And pressed powder is probably more like a finishing powder, and sometimes you can wear these alone without anything else underneath it. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to do, is to wear it as is and not to cover anything. So I'm just gonna stop there. So it pretty much looks like it's my skin tone, and yeah, it just gives a very nice finish to it. And I need to make sure I did try to put some concealer under my eye, so I'm just going to try to make sure I set that so it doesn't crease or anything. And that's that. So we're going to move on to the next step, which is the eye shadow. But I'm going to pause because I want to grab something, use something that may help, because I don't think e.l.f. carries this anymore, but it's a tool that you can put under your eyes. So like if you're doing like your lower lash line, you could put it under there to prevent if there's any fallout or anything. So I'm going to try that. First I'm just going to use it without it. If I need to use the tool, then I'll show you. But I thought it's very interesting. I don't think they even carry that anymore, but I'm going to pause this video and I'll come back. So I am back. So this is basically my e.l.f. case. I had ordered some brushes way back when, and this is my e.l.f. brush holder. And I'm going to show you how many e.l.f. brushes. I have tons of e.l.f. brushes. As you can see here, there's a lot of different e.l.f. brushes. And I just stick them all in here. There's no holders to put them in. So I just put them in the middle and zip up the brush holder bag. But I want to show you this. So this is something that I bought, again, way back when, that I thought was really cute. And recently I went on e.l.f. website to see if they still carry these. And I don't think they do anymore because I couldn't find it. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool. It's moon shaped, and you basically press it under your eye. You place it under your eye like so, and you basically do your makeup. And then you can just flip it over for the next eye, do your makeup. So it's supposed to prevent any fallout, if there any fallout with shadows. But we're going to apply the eyeshadow. So again, I just finished my face in Golden Almond, a pressed powder. Again, it's oil-free formula, has a matte finish. And then I'm going to go in and use this trio. It's from the Urban Identity Shadow Trio and Charm. And the number is 8776. And this is what it looks like. So it's like a green color, so you have a matte, like a shimmer finish, and more like a, there's like a foreshadow, then like a shimmer finish. So there's 4 different finishes to it. And what I find very cute about the trios is this is pretty much a eye look. You have your crease shade or your transition shade. You'll have your all over your eyelid shade or your accent color. And then you'll have an outer crease shade. Or you can intermatch the way you want to wear them. And they're really pretty. They're like, I love that sparkle color. This is really what caught my eye in these 2 shades. So I was like, well, I want to try and, you know, basically do a review of the Black Radiance product. So let me choose something. They also had a purple one that caught my eye also. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using, I already primed my eye. No, I haven't. Actually, I need to prime my eyes. So I'm going to prime my eyes with the CoverGirl Lid Lock Up Primer. So I'm going to see how this primer plays with other products and not just CoverGirl's. So I'm just going to put some over my eyes. Line a bit underneath my lash line, because I do put color there. And we're just gonna smooth this in. And I prime my lower lash line to give it a holding base for the color, so the colors doesn't move around or smudge. So that's primed. So I'm going to use my BH Cosmetic blending brush, and I'm going to use this green color as a transition. So this does go back, so I'm going to use this green shade. And the packaging is really, it reminds me like if you was looking into a jewelry box, like if you were going to a jewelry store and you're looking down into the jewelry. This is what it looks like. It has a thick packaging, and I thought it was interesting that they have a thicker top compartment to close the product in, instead of maybe more of a maybe smaller in size to cover. But I thought that was interesting. And it's almost probably like if you were to be looking into a window, if you were to be looking into a glass down into the shadow. So I thought that's interesting. So let's go in and apply this green. There is a bit of kick up. So when you dig your brush into it, you want to be careful because you may pick up more product than you need. And it is a true green as it shows in the trio, in the eyeshadow case. So again, A lot of color likes to concentrate right into my crease area. So we're going to try to blend that out. I think that's really interesting. A lot of my color go right in the crease where my eyeball is, right up in there. So we're gonna go back in with this green. Cause I'll show you how much of the kick up is in it. If this zooms in, you can see there's a lot of kick up in the container, so you just want to be careful. Just tap your brush lightly into it and go back in and build the color over your eyes. And this green is very intense, so I'm just making sure I try to get that rough part around my eyes so that it doesn't continue to look very harsh. So I'm trying to really blend in this area. So that's what it looks like so far. I'm gonna go in again, and so there is some fallout. So what I'm going to do is use this little moon shape, and that may look very interesting, but I'm going to use this to prevent any, I went up too high. Now I have green in my eyebrow area, so I'm just going to use this to try to hold in some of this make sure I have this nice and even. So the colors are really intense. It's definitely a true matte finish. So that's what it looks like so far. And I am very much into green eyeshadow. I think it's such a pretty color. So now I'm going to go in with the next eye. Just blend this in. I'll just try to be more gentle. So I kind of do that windshield motion. And I really like that this color is very intense. You can see that it has a very strong intensity there. Just gonna put a little bit more in. And this green could be pretty much, if you wanted to, you could just have a whole green eye. Yes, this green is very, very intense. So that primer does play well with black Radiance eyeshadows. And now some of the color. So that's what it looks like so far. A very deep, like jade green, just very like a smoky forest green color. So let's jump over and move into the eyelid shade. So I'm thinking I want to put this silver. So put this silver shade here over my eyelid. I was going to halo it, but I'm not sure if I want to halo it. So the eyeshadow trio, I did mention before, it costs $2.99. And sometime in Walgreens you can catch Black Radiance products on sale. So you can definitely check that out. So I'm going to use my fluffy brush from Real Techniques number 200. And I'm just going to go in and apply this nice, beautiful shimmer color. Looks like it could be glitter, but I'm going to see. I'm just going to put that on my, wow. I'm just going to put that on my eyelid. It is a bit sheer. It's a bit sheer than I thought. I'm going to use my fingers and pat in the color. And wonder how. Because it's so sheer, it's more like an accent color. The silver, I don't know if you can see that, but the silver looks, it has like a silver undertone, but it's really sheer on the eye because you can see my eyelid. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring that green down. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you all, or I could just do this on the camera. Let me see, I may just cover up this green because this green is really intense. So, because otherwise my shadow on my eye looks on the lid is too transparent. So I'm just going to go in with the green and try to cover that. And just make my whole eye green. And if it doesn't, even if it looks a little bit strange, I will clean it up. But I felt like I need to cover that up. Because it's a little bit too sheer. So I should be, I'm using my blending brush to put this on my eye when I should be putting, using a eyeshadow brush to pat that in. I forgot what I was doing, what brush I'm using. So I'm just going to use the BH Cosmetics, like a flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm just going to pat that green on my eyelid. And it's just going to be all green. That That color is a bit sheer than I thought. It's probably more of an accent eyeshadow color. And it's not meant to be all over the lids. So I'm going to go over here and do the same thing. See, when you use the eyeshadow brush, look how more defined this color is over the eye. So it's really like, it's super, 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 super green. And with the kick up, because it's so much, you just want to pat the color back down into the pan so you don't pick up too much. So I'm just patting this color over my eye. Cause it's a very intense color. And there is a lot of fallout, so be prepared for that. But the color is there. The intensity of the color is there, but it just picks up a little bit too much product when you're picking up your brush. So you just want to be aware of that. Just be very careful. Maybe get dressed in a shirt you don't mind shadows and things getting on it. So I'm just going to blend that back in with the color. So I'm just going to make it green all the way in. Like it'll be like a green eye. And I know it looks really heavy, but I'm going to clean that up right now. So just bring it down a little bit more on the corner. And I love eyeshadows to have a good payoff, because sometimes they're not very, there's not always good payoff, but with these shadows, it's definitely a color payoff. So hopefully that looks okay. I know I spent a lot of time with my eye trying to get that just right, but I really like this green. It looks really pretty. So now I think I'm just gonna go in with the outer crease. So let's work on the outer crease, and then I'll think about what I'm gonna do with that silver shade. I may put it in my inner corners to kind of accent it. So I'm just going to use my 201 pointed crease Real Technique brush. Again, this is one of the brushes that I hauled. And they still have a lot of those Bold Middle collection brushes. You can find them in Marshalls or TJ Maxx, but I've been finding them in Marshalls more lately. So you just want to be careful, like with the eyeshadows. So the next color that I'm going to use is the green shade that's down here. And this almost looks like a liner color, like you could use to line your eyes with it. But I'm just going to go in my outer crease and see how this color works. Because it looks like a smoky, like a very smoky, like a very smoky gray color. So I'm just gonna use it in my outer crease. I don't know how much you'll see, because this green is very intense. So I'm just gonna go in. I don't know if you all can notice the color or not, because it's kind of sheer. I'm gonna have to build it up. And this pointed crease brush is very interesting. It's not as comfortable in my hand. Maybe I'm not used to maneuvering it, but it's not as comfortable to use in my hand compared to like the BH Cosmetics crease brush, which I can just maneuver it really well. So I'm just gonna switch brushes because the Real Technique one doesn't feel really comfortable in my hand. And I'm just gonna use this one. So this color is kind of like a smoke gray color. I'm just trying to give some depth in the crease, the outer crease. I don't know how much you can really see of it. So I'm gonna lean in if you see any difference. I feel like you can't really see it because it's not very intense or deep as I feel the matte shade is in this trio. So this is how it looks when I build the color a little bit more on my hand. The payoff is much different compared to the matte. The matte is really good. So I'm just gonna go back and try to use this Real Technique brush and see if I can maneuver it. Because sometimes with things that are new to you, at least new to me, I have to feel like don't give up and not keep using it, but keep trying to work it in and work with it. So it kind of picks up some of the green. It kind of picks up some of the green, and green moves. I don't know if you all can see that or not. So it kind of moves a little bit. So I'm just going to pack in just a little bit of the green back into my lid area because I don't want it to go too far. Then I'm just going to blend everything together. Then I'm going to move on because I feel like I'm spending way too much time on my eyelids. So I'm going to blend this in. So now I need to figure out how to use this silver color, this foil type color, and it's really pretty when I swatch it on my skin. So what I'm going to do is just try to pat it, I'm going to halo it, and I'm going to see how that works. I'm going to halo it right in the middle. this is not a shade to highlight your inner corner. It's much more deeper. So I'm just gonna halo it with my fingers. So hopefully that looks okay. You can build up. The color is very buttery. It has a very buttery feel. So I'm going to wet my brush to see how it will look. See if it applies well with a wet brush. Because it has a nice like frosty silver shimmer to it. And pretty much, if you can see that, this is what it looks like. I'm going to swatch it so you all can see it better on my skin with my fingers after I'm done with this whole application with my eyes. So I'm going to wet the brush and I'm going to dip into it and see if it applies better wet. I'm swatching on my hand first just to see how it will do. Sometimes shimmers do better when they're wet. I'm just gonna see if there's any difference. Because it has a nice darking, like a platinum silver color to it. You know what? I could take that all away. I could take that all the way to the crease. But I'm just gonna halo it. And then I'll go back in and blend that green. So hopefully that looks okay to you all. I'm just playing with a look and see how it goes. So it does good with wetting the brush. So that's what it looks like so far. You have to finesse these shadows to work. This color reminds me of like a tinsel, like a Christmas tinsel color. Like a nice tinsel. So I'm going to go back in with the green and then just work that green to give it some contrast. You can kind of see. You can kind of see some dimension with the lid color and also the transition shade. kind of feel like this look is like cash money. I like things to look even. I know I took that color out a little bit further, but you know, that's the beauty of makeup. You play, you create looks, and you don't worry about, try not to worry about perfectionism, even though I get guilty of that. Try not to worry about it and just relax, have fun, and I'm going to go back in with some of the pressed powder to cover up that area. Starting to get evening outside. Let's cover up this area. And I think I'm going to smoke out. I think I'm going to smoke out the bottom lash line with the green. So the green is just going to be the essential color for this eye look. So I'm going to use the Morphe M408. It's my favorite brush to use currently to smudge color into my lower lash line. So I'm going to use that. So we're just going to make this a universal green eye look all the way around. So that's why I think it's pretty. Like, it's beautiful to use multiple colors on your eye, but sometimes you could just use one color or two colors and that be your look. This green is fire. It is such a beautiful green shade. So that's pretty much my look. I really dig this green. Like, if you're looking for that perfect green, this is a really nice green color. It is stunning. Again, you can always go back in and build up in areas where you want to touch up. It's completely up to you. But I think I'm pretty much done with my eyes. I probably spent already 40 minutes just on my eyes. So let's move on. So the last thing to use is a lip color. So I'm just, since I already got like a smoky kind of look going on with the eyes, I'm going to go in with it's called the Brilliant Effects Lip Gloss in the shade Black Diamond. And I'm curious to see how this is going to look. So this is what the color looks like. Hopefully you can see the sparkles there is in it. It has like multicolor, like rainbow colors. It's really pretty. And I actually bought two others. This is the shade Firecracker, which is a nice red and some beautiful micro glitters in that. And I bought this in Lovesick, which is more like a metallic, like champagne-y rose gold color. So I'm going to try Black Diamond first because I'm curious to see how this will look. I really want to know. So Black Diamond comes in the number 3256. Again, this is what the packaging looks like. But before I get into my lip, let me go ahead and swatch and show you all what this color looks like, so you all can get a good idea. So this is the first color. So it's more like a shimmer shade, like a shimmer foil, almost metallic shade. It's definitely buildable. And it has like almost like a platinum finish to it. So that's the first color. So it's definitely, it's like a platinum, again, like a platinum steel gray color. The next shade is this nice matte green, and it is a very buttery. Look how that color looks. I'm gonna put the platinum color so you can see what that looks like. And this is the green. This matte shade is not playing. It is really intense, very buttery. And sometimes with buttery shades, there is some fallout or kick up. But that's what that green looks like. Very, again, very pretty color. And then here's the color. And this color is more, I don't know what it's meant to be. Maybe I thought maybe like an outer crease color. Maybe it's a lining shade. But the payoff is not very good with this color. It's very sheer. Has a buttery finish to it, but it's sheer. So that's that third shade. That's the third shade that's in this trio. So I'm not very impressed with that particular shade, but the first two is very pretty. I feel like I look like a superhero with this green and silver on my eyes. So yes, let's go on with my lip color. Just dropping everything over here. So we're gonna go in with Black Diamond, and let's see how the color looks. I don't have a blush or a highlight or anything else, or a contour or a bronze or anything to use for the rest of my face look. So this will be the last part of my look. So this is what it looks like on the brush. The camera zooms in. That's what the brush looks like. And let's see. Ooh, that is so pretty. Let's see. And I have nothing on my lips underneath. I love the glitter in it. It's so pretty. This is very galactic. But if I move my lips, . Like it feels a little bit of the glitter, but it's not heavily noticeable. But the color does move around. So I think with this shade, you want to put it on and not move your lips once you get it on. Or you want to use a black liner underneath the lip gloss and allow that to fill in the color, because it is a little bit sheer, especially if you move your lips around. So that's what it looks like. This is definitely a bold lip gloss to wear. And it is rather sheer. So I'm going to show it to you. I don't know if I have, let me look. I'm trying to think if I have a black liner that I can put on my lip to show you the difference. Because otherwise it moves and the color, you just see like the glitter particles, but you don't really see the opaque, basically it being more opaque on the lips, because you'll see your own natural lips through it because it's sheer. But if you don't mind it, you can just rock it like this. I feel like this look kind of makes me feel like I'm ready for St. Patrick's Day. It's a lot of green. So let me come back and I'm going to line my lips with a black liner. I'm curious to use it with Kat's basket case liner. And I wonder how that will look. So I'm going to come back. Hello, so I am back. So I debated whether to use Kat Von D's basket case on my lip or just go with a simple eyeliner pencil. So I was trying to think if I had a black lipstick, which I'm sure I do. In fact, I have Makeup Monster's black matte liquid lipstick. But I'm going to just go ahead and use this NYC Kohl Brow / eyeliner pencil in 921 Jet Black. So I'm just going to use this just to fill my lips in, because I'm curious. And when you take off the glitter, it will leave glitter particles, if you can see that, around my lips. But I'm just curious to see how this will look. Because sometimes you just got to feel things in your lips and see how it will work. But I would say if you're going to use a black pencil to fill your lips, make sure you use a lip approved liner. And I'm just doing this for a video purpose only. Because once I'm done, it will be coming off my lip. But I just want to see what it looks like with something underneath it. And then, so now I just filled in my lips and I'm going to go back in with the brush. Sometimes with lip glosses, you just gotta help it a little bit. Because sometimes if the color doesn't stand on its own, grab a similar lip liner, or in my case, eyeliner pencil, and line your lips. Line and fill in your lips. So actually it does better. I know this is not a traditional look, and I was just trying out Black Radiance products. So this is pretty much my look. Hopefully you all liked it. I was just pretty much trying out the products and seeing how to best wear them with my look, and everything is very much experimentation when you're trying products, especially when it's the brand that you just starting to familiarize yourself with, because I know Black Radiance existed, but it's the first time that I've tried the products. And Black Radiance also being sold in Target currently, at least the Target is near me. And so I want to try out and see how I like the products. So let's start with the pressed powder. I really like the pressed powder. The pressed powder is very, in my mind, very natural, very suitable to my skin. It definitely gives a nice, I feel like my face looks dewy, and even though it's supposed to be a matte finish, I don't feel like there's any dry patches showing. It looks just really nice on my skin. I think it pretty much matches my skin tone because I have that more golden undertones. I've been told by a Ulta sales consultant, she said that I have, not an Ulta sales consultant, but actually a Clinique sales consultant. She told me I actually have two different undertones to my skin. So I do think this is a nice pressed powder to use for myself, especially if I don't want to put foundation on and I just want to have a nice, like a nice powder. I feel like this would be nice for, excuse me, for a nice finished powder, like above your foundation. But since I don't have a foundation underneath that, I can't say whether or not this would be good or not, but I would assume that it would be. And it's usually what most people use pressed powders for, especially these days. But I do like it alone. I think this is a nice tone for my skin. In terms of the Black Radiance Urban Identity Shadow Trio and Charm, I don't particularly like the one shade at the bottom of the palette. I say palette, the trio. The bottom part, I don't really like this color. It's rather too sheer. I had a difficulty trying to use it with my eye look today. I didn't feel like it really worked well as an outer crease. And I think that it's a shade that you'll probably have to use to line your eyelids with if you can, but I didn't feel like it really worked with this particular other two colors that was in here. Maybe if this was a black, or if this was another metallic color, like how the gray is, or a color to, or more of a darker matte shade, or a plum, or a darker green, or some other color that could be used in the crease, it would fill this other two eyeshadows better. And I really like the two at the top. I really like this platinum, like a platinum full shadow. It has very buttery consistency. All the shadows have a very buttery consistency, very smooth. But I just really like the buttery, whatever the finish is, not so much the finish, but the buttery, nice, soft. It's almost like a creamy shadow, this one right here, this silver color. Let me open it up because I got it closed. I'm sitting here rubbing it. But this silver color almost feels like creamy. It's very buttery. These are my two favorite colors. That matte green is gorgeous. It's very beautiful, a great payoff, and I do think that you can build this color up on a halo or your eyelid shade. It works good wet, but you just want to take your time with these shadows. I feel you don't want to rush it. But this matte green by far is like the number one in this whole trio. But these two are really pretty together. I really like this look. I think, it's not your traditional, so anyone who are into more of the neutral, like basic colors for their eye look, the matte beige, the brown, the soft oranges, pinks, those kind of shades, then this may not be for you. This is for individuals who really love bold color, want to make a color statement with their eye look, and I really think that is a really good cute trio, and it's inexpensive at $2.99 for this eyeshadow trio. You pretty much get a very good selection of colors. You just want to be creative and figure out how to best wear it for your eye look. So that takes care of the eyeshadow. Again, that was in Charm. And the Black Radiance Black Diamond Brilliance Effects Lip Gloss. This is a really fun color, but again, the color payoff is very sheer. The micro glitters is there. It's popping. It gives that nice, depending on where you are with the lighting. This is a very, I feel like almost like a runway fashion type color. It's very nice. You can feel a little bit of the glitter, but it's not very, I think offensive. It's not going to like make you be where it's bothersome. Just exfoliate your lips or apply something to soften your lips before this, because I didn't. I was going to exfoliate, but I forgot to exfoliate my lips. But make sure you exfoliate your lips. And I definitely say use it with a lip liner, preferably a black if you're going to wear black diamond. The glitter, when you get ready to remove it, does stay on your face, so you will have some glitter around your lips like I do right now. But I think this is a really, really cute idea from Black Radiance to create, because I love glitter. I love a nice sparkle, and you know, it's your sparkle doesn't always have to be on your eye. It could be on your lips, it could be in your blush, but blush, you know, you want to keep it very nice and kind of sheen. But just look how beautiful these colors look. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it is so pretty. And I don't know if you can see them on my lips. You can see a little bit of the sparkles in different places, but it is so pretty. So yes, I really like the lip gloss. It's not sticky. It's very wearable. But this is not something you can go walking into your work office and wearing. This is something for you to, you know, wear in the evening or night out. You know, if you're going out somewhere where, you know, it's festival, or if it's the club, or, you know, it's a party, whatever, you just want to be done up. You know, you could play and you want to be, you know, adventurous with your look. This is a nice lip gloss to wear. And again, that is my thoughts on the Black Radiance Beauty products. I had fun. I had fun trying these products. Again, some of the cons with the eyeshadow, there is kick up with that matte green shade, and there is some fallout. But other than that, the payoff is there. It's very beautiful. So I just again suggest, if you're gonna use that particular color, and I don't know if it's just my particular one that I bought, but make sure you put on clothes that you don't mind getting, you know, eyeshadow on. Right now, some fell on my shirt, but it's not sticking to my shirt. You know, it hasn't like embedded itself. So it is very nice that it didn't embed in my shirt, because I didn't want to really ruin my shirt that I have on. I always try to look nice and presentable for you all. So again, those are my thoughts. Oh, I forgot to put on some mascara. So let's put on some mascara. I don't want to leave this video without some mascara on my eye. So this is the CoverGirl Peacock Flare. I've been loving this mascara since I did my CoverGirl demo using it. So I always forget to put a nice mascara on after I'm done with eye looks, especially if I don't have the mascara from that particular brand. I could leave this video and not have it on. So let's make sure we put on some mascara. Not worry about too much the bottom, because the eyeshadow speaks for itself. It's very smoked out in my lower lash line. But yeah, this is my look. I apologize if I seem like I'm all over the place in this video. I kind of felt a little bit off guarded in terms of applying the eyeshadows and trying to use the brushes, which I love this as a powder brush, all over my eyes. Really nice brush. I like this brush, but I couldn't really use it with the platinum silver color that's in this trio. So I'm gonna try with some other shadows So I'm not going to write any of my brushes off because, like I said, when you get something, you got to work with it. You got to have some patience with it. And you just got to, you know, try different ways, you know, different techniques to use it. So, again, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. Hopefully you find it helpful. Have you tried Black Radiance before? If you tried Black Radiance, what are some things that you like? Please share that with me below. And also, if you have any lip products from Black Radiance, also let me know, because I love swatching lip products. And that will be all. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. Bye.